What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the Not For Nothing podcast, episode 22, Deuce Deuce. We are back in the building. I am Dame, the Devil's Advocate. She is Agnes. Y'all can call
You
her
already
E.
know.
And we are the Not For Nothing podcast. What's good with you? How you been? What's new since the last time we talked?
Nothing crazy. See, I didn't go out this weekend. You see that it's not every weekend?
Social media was light this week, I'm not gonna lie.
I stayed home. I took my dogs a bath. I went on a PetSmart run with one of my dogs, with Pixie, the little one, the one with the cleft palate. I broke out the stroller because I have a doggy stroller and I don't ever use it. So I was like, you know what? We're gonna go out for a little date. And I took her to PetSmart and then we went to Five and Below and I bought mad unnecessary shit because it was cheap and they were cute. So that was my weekend.
She probably didn't even play with half that shit.
No, it was like bedding, beds, little stuffed animals. Cause after her mom passed away, her and her mom were always together. Like that's who she slept with every day. So now she sleeps with a stuffed animal. So that's her
Cute.
comfort. My new baby. But that's it. See,
Light
it was
weekend for
light.
you. Yeah, it
How
was
was
light.
yours? What you do?
Mine was cool. We went and saw the Odyssey.
Oh, and?
That was pretty good. It was interesting. It's not a movie that I would normally want to see, but after seeing interviews with the director and all of the different techniques that they use, and like there was no CGI in the movie, and the 100% of the movie was filmed in IMAX for the first time ever. So, there was all these different things that I was interested in seeing. So I was like, fuck it, let's go.
So
Everybody's raving about it. So
it was a nice experience. That was pretty cool.
it was good. It's a 3-hour movie. We all know how I do with sitting still for too long of a period of time. But it was, it was the story about him, going to war and then, finding his way back home. And the journey back home was the majority of the movie. And it was a bit stretched out for me, but everything was done really well. The ending was fire. It's a good movie.
Okay.
If you're into that shit, go check it out for sure. You're going to enjoy it.
I don't know if I could do it. I would have to do it when I have one of my bubble baths because I'd be in that bitch for like 4 hours. So 3 hours.
I would recommend going if you have the opportunity to see it in 4DX. I would recommend that. That's fire. Yeah, because you got the moving chairs. A lot of the movie is at sea. So you're at sea and you got the water splashing and the wind blowing.
And you went and you had that experience?
Nah, I was the only one that wanted to do that. No one else wanted to do it. But I've seen videos of people who went
There's
and saw
a place in Tampa that does that?
No, in Orlando and down in Bradenton, I think there's one. But yeah, we would have just went to Orlando and watched it. But I got outvoted, so we stayed local.
Boom. That would be dope. I might do that as a girls' night. I'm sorry if you hear like baby ducks. My daughter rescued 2 ducks. Ducklings? What do you call baby ducks? Ducklings?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
that sounds good.
So they're crying for her now that she's not home.
And they're in the house?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where else will they be? They're babies.
I don't know, man. I don't do that shit.
They have like a heated lamp on them. We have them
But they're like out the egg?
Yeah. They were babies. We've had them for like a week already. And they were weak and now they're all chirping and up and super cute. I don't know if they're boys, if one is a boy, one is a girl. If they're both boys. I don't know. They're just both super cute. So yeah.
All right. Well, congratulations on your
she's
on
my
your
mini
ducklings.
Yeah. Hers. Yeah. She was like, Mom,
hers is yours.
I can't leave them here. She's so me, bro. That's exactly. I cannot see a animal in the street like without stopping and seeing if whose is it, if it's lost, putting it in my car. Like you have no idea how bad it is.
The other day we rode it with my mom, and we're at a major intersection. It's like 4 lanes, both sides in every direction.
Oh,
So it's
shit.
like 8-lane intersection, and there's this mama duck with like 8 little ducklings or whatever the fuck you call, and she's trying to cross this fucking intersection. And
Stop, that would give me
cars are
anxiety.
stopping. We watched as long as we could, but a lot of cars were stopping. People were honking because, like, on our side, we could see them, but the people turning in front of us,
Oh my god.
were coming through. And so people were like,
Oh
rah,
my god.
rah, rah.
Oh
We
my
stayed as
god.
long as we could, but yeah, I didn't want to see anymore because it
Yeah,
was
because
sketchy
it
as
was
fuck.
getting
Yeah.
dangerous.
It was getting.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm the type that picks up a turtle that's crossing and cars are coming. Yeah.
If it's a big road and there's a lot of cars coming, I'll do it. Otherwise, I just go around. Like if it's a small little side road, and he'll make it eventually.
Not always.
No, I mean if it's a small little side road, I'll figure the luck's on their side. But if it's a big road and I can grab it, I'll go
Aw. It's
do
nice to
do.
know that you do that. How cute.
For the animals,
Period.
other people's animals. I just don't like to have animals.
Lies. Lies. Why is you lying?
I mean, that's
Why?
true.
You're so full of shit.
Why?
I
I've
know
had
you in real life. What
Yeah,
do
I
you
know.
mean why? What the fuck are you talking about?
I've had cats. I grew up with cats. I like cats, but
And
like,
you like them and you miss them? Don't be
of
talking shit.
course,
Okay?
but I don't have any
There's no
now,
but
and I choose to not have any now.
because you don't want to love them.
I don't think that's what it is.
Yeah, it is. Cause then when you love them, then that's like your kid. So then if you're gonna go travel, you gotta find where to board them, who you're gonna leave them with,
No,
who's
not
gonna take care.
cats. Not cats.
Dogs?
Dog. I'll never have a dog. I'll have another baby before I have a dog.
Why?
Because why? Because they're the same. They're children. You can't. They interrupt your life. You can't. Like if you're going
They
out, you
help
got to
yeah,
make.
they help your life too. They don't
I get.
interrupt. They help. They improve.
All right, for some people. I mean, I'm not
I don't
anti.
you know
I like
listen,
animals. I just
and
don't
they
want to.
like you a lot.
I know. I just don't want to have to
That's
take
so
care of them.
weird. You're
Like
like,
a cat, you can put out food. They're self sufficient. You know what I mean? Clean litter. You put out food and water, and they do their own fucking thing. They bathe themselves. A dog, you gotta fucking walk. You gotta interrupt your day to make sure you're home by a certain time to feed them. They gotta get walked twice a day. Like
not if
it's
you have
like,
a fenced in yard,
well, what if you don't? Or
then
what
you
if
have
it
to
ain't
walk
big
them.
enough? I'm just saying they're like you taking care of children. They they're they're like taking care of children. You can't. Your travel arrangements have to be
I
planned
mean,
around.
it's true, it is, it
All
is.
right, so these are
It
all
is, they are like
reasons.
children, they are your children, that they my
These are
babies.
reasons why I choose not to have them.
Um,
I've raised children already. I don't want to do it again.
okay, I guess that's fair, it's like asking me to have another baby, hell fuck no, but
That's exactly how I feel.
I feel you.
Anyway, enough of that jibber jabber. Did you hear about the verses? You didn't hear about it? I wonder how many people are still fucking with the verses. Like,
I
I
mean,
know it's not
it's
this
popular because if you look it up, it has, like, hundreds
a
of
lot of
thousands of
views.
views, so
Yeah.
people do, but
It was, but when it in pandemic time, it was millions, millions of views. So hundreds of thousands, I guess that's still good for what it is.
and the game kind of, like, just been MIA, at least for me, like, I haven't really heard from him, so I'm interested to see how he did or how he does this, or how just I now I see how he looks. He looks completely different. Like
Yeah. He does look different. So I sat there and watched. He grew out his beard. He's got a fro, and
Yeah.
is crazy. But I sat there and watched the whole thing, and I was thoroughly entertained. But I'm
Yeah?
gonna tell you, it is this is not for everybody. This particular one, it was so West Coast. Both of them are blood gang members, and the whole situation was all red. It was everything. It was they was out there acting a bull.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was crazy. But I fuck with the West Coast music, man. I had like a 10-year run where like me and some of the guys would go to Vegas like once or twice a year. And Vegas is just like a 4-hour drive from LA. So there's a heavy California influence in Vegas. So, I got to experience what that life is like, what the people are like, what the culture is like out there. When you spend so much time in Vegas, you're not just on the strip all the time. You got people out there, that live there. You got local friends and shit like that. So you get a little bit more into the culture. So I fuck with the music heavy, the vibe. It's different. Like
Is it
over
cool?
there,
Like, it's dope? Like,
yeah,
it's a
nah, they
vibe?
dance like it's a time. Like, over here, we in the club, go ahead, nah, whatever.
Yeah.
They dance. They get down. There's
Period.
nobody's too tough to dance. Like it's a good fucking time. And the beat styles are different. Like it's like over there, like I grew up, like I knew who E40 was. Like I heard of E40, but over there, E40 is like Biggie.
No
Yeah,
way.
it's just a whole nother
Heavy.
world. Yeah, it's a big deal. It's a
That's
big deal. So they
crazy.
they got their whole own world going on. So watching the verses was diving into
Kinda
their
gave you that
world.
gave you that feel.
Yeah. Yeah. So I had a good time. Everyone
Yeah.
was like, the game got all of these hits and the games, went diamond and all of this. And YG is, not that big of an artist compared to Game.
So the Versus is a song, one of his hits versus one of YG's hits, like that. It's not so much of a freestyle. It's
No.
just them singing or
So
performing
it's
their own
it's
music.
right, 20 songs, they each play 20 songs. This one, they actually went over 20, but the platform has generally been pick your best 20 songs or whatever 20 songs you wanna play versus my 20 songs, and usually you have the advantage of going second because you can hear what they play, and then you can alter what you're gonna play based on what they're gonna play, matching up your songs. So they usually flip a coin or whatever. In this case, keeping it gangsta, they roll dice to see who goes first. Game wins and then chooses to go first. I was like, why would you do that? So Game goes out there and he starts playing his songs. And it's every time Game would play one of them songs, you'd be like, oh, he got this. Then YG would come right behind with a slapper. Wham, not
Yeah?
taking her. I was like, oh my God. Because like you got to consider they're in California. So this is Game's big albums and big records are like more broader. Like his first record is the one people know the most, and you remember that's G Unit. So that's
Mhm.
almost East Coast. The beats aren't really West Coast beats. He's rapping about the West Coast, but it ain't really West Coast
Yeah.
style. It's more of a broader national sound. So in California, what you think they want to hear? They want to hear that Cali shit, and
Yeah.
YG was feeding them heavy. Like the first half, I had YG up 6-4. Like it was a blowout. Like it was not even close. And then the second half, I think the game started feeling like he was down quite a bit. And he had to get into the mode. And he did his traditional chug.
Oh my god. I would literally pass out.
Alright. What the fuck are you looking
I would pass out. I would literally pass out. There's no way. The minute liquor hits, I'm done. I'm gonna sleep.
Alright. I
Like, I
mean,
wouldn't even remember the rest of the
Game
night.
is like a big
That's
guy. He's like
crazy.
6'3", maybe
That's
like
a lot of
2.
liquor even for a big guy.
It's a lot of liquor.
And then he
But
was
yeah.
drinking prior to that.
Before that, he had already popped
Bro, that's
another bottle
crazy.
of Casa Azul. So,
Nah,
needless to
yeah, he
say,
wildin'. He
few
didn't slur
minutes
his
later,
words?
no, but he was definitely acting a fool after that. About 2 songs later, it was a whole different game.
Yeah? I'm gonna have to see that part. I gotta hear if he had to have slurred his words a little bit.
I mean, his mic wasn't that great, so that's probably was doing him the favor. But, yeah, man, a lot of people online had, YG like 19-3.
Damn. What do you
Yeah.
think the score was like?
I stopped at 20 because they went past 20. They went like 2 or 3 or 4 songs past 20. I had it 12-8 at the end of 20.
And 12 on
YG,
YG?
no question.
So YG won for
No,
sure.
there's no question. There's no question. And it's
Even
surprising.
performing, was he a better performer too, or just
He
everything?
had, he just was more clear. He was more, I don't wanna say more prepared, but he had a better mic. He was more clear, and I think that did help. But it was his songs. Like, there was a point where it got a little spooky, so these are all blood. There's nobody in this building that's not wearing red. There's, like, every faction of a blood gang in California from every block is in this building.
That's crazy.
Then they do a Nipsey Hussle tribute. Game has a song with Nipsey, so he plays that. Nipsey was a Crip. So they bring a Crip out to Crip walk during this song. This is just one guy in the midst of all of these blood.
What the
Yo,
fuck?
yeah, I was
Nobody.
uncomfortable. Nobody fucked with him. There was no problems. He didn't do it that long though. You could tell he came out there, he got a couple little hops on and he cut
I
it
wonder if
off.
he
Like,
was nervous. I wonder if he was scared doing
of
that shit.
course. Because it only takes one, right? So you go in there knowing like, all right, we not on that type of time. This is for this, we on TV. This is Verzuz. This is Complex News, Complex Media. This is Apple Music, all putting this on. They can't fuck this up, right? But you also know it only just take one fool. Everybody's
Yeah.
in there drinking. Like, it just takes one
Yeah.
spark. And so
But nah.
you got to have that in the back of your mind. Like, so I'm sure, yeah, that's probably why he cut it really short. And then, so then you think, all right, Game does his song with Nipsey. Everybody's fucking with it. The dude's out there crip walking, right? Well, guess what? YG got a song with Nipsey too, and his shit hits harder.
Oh my God. What the hell?
Now, I'm telling you, it was like so many times, like every time Game, I was like, oh, that's a banger. Game got this
Oh,
one.
like tit for tat. Tit for tat.
YG would come like, nah, bonk. I'm like, oh my God, I had a blast, man. And then there's only one song like that. There was one song that I felt like Game had that he couldn't lose. And he played that like the second song. He played it way too early. You know that song? He got one blood, one blood, one blood.
Yeah,
With the
yeah.
reggae sample, with the Junior Reed sample.
He played that in the beginning.
There
If he
was
would have played
this.
that lit after that chug,
That should
forget
have been the
about it.
song he played it right there. Like at that
Yeah.
point, that probably would have changed the momentum a little bit. But nah, that was like his second song of the night. I think what he was doing was, because even though all of them were blood, they're from different blocks, from different sections. And sometimes even amongst themselves, they be beefing.
Yeah.
So
That's a
I
fact.
think what Game was trying to do was just say we're all one blood from the beginning. Like the whole time he was bigging up YG, like he was going out of his way to make it all love. Like when YG was rapping, Game was behind him ad-libbing his songs. Like he was trying to overemphasize we're all together. So I think that's why he did it in the beginning. But
I guess. And how long was this? You said you went only 20, so it went for
they did like 23 or 24 songs, 22, 23 songs, something like that. And they started a half hour late. So some YG got detained that day. He got detained by the police about related to some case where someone got shot or murdered or some shit like that.
What the hell? So he almost didn't even make it.
This motherfucker almost didn't make it.
How do you even know this? Like, I didn't even hear about that.
That was it was on my timeline. It was on my timeline. And they talked about it too in the beginning. They talked about it in the beginning. The shit started mad late. It was supposed to start at 9:30. They didn't even come on till like 10:15. I stayed and watched that whole shit.
Until what, midnight? It went past midnight?
At least. It might have been later than that, but it was around there. I was in here partying by myself.
You were entertained, that's
having a good old time.
Hey, it's a vibe. Bro, sometimes your own time be lit. Like, you have no idea.
Yeah, it was just taking me back to like all those Vegas trips that we used to take. So I was having a time.
That's on my bucket list. I've never been to Vegas.
That's something. I almost moved to Vegas. I almost moved.
You really like it.
I almost moved there.
Isn't it like dumb expensive to live out there?
I don't know. I don't think so.
It is.
I don't know.
It's a little bit more
I have no
pricier
idea.
than here for sure.
My very first trip out there, we stayed in a timeshare, so it was like a hotel setting. And I'm down in the lobby and I'm just rapping to this chick. We talking. At the time, I'm still working in the hotel industry. So I'm telling her, we talking what I do, what do you do, blah, blah, blah. I'm thinking I'm gaming. I'm on a fucking interview. She was the general manager of the hotel. And she interviewing she interviewing me and I'm over here trying to get her phone number.
How you didn't know you was in an interview?
I mean, it wasn't a formal interview, but she ended up offering me a job. I was talking to her, like trying to get to know her,
because you told her about what you did,
it came up in conversation.
Okay.
Right. And I considered it for a while.
Damn.
Yeah. I could at that time, at that point in my life, I couldn't trust myself in Vegas. I would have had probably 10 kids.
Yeah. Or you would have just been a pimp.
I would have had, I don't know, every STD out there.
I don't know my STDs, but I know that you would probably have a bunch of bitches.
It would have been. You
would have been a whole different person right now because you would have had this personality. Like, bitch, go get my drink. Go get my drink. Like, that would have been you.
Where's my bitches? Yeah. I didn't trust. I was.
How old were you? When was this?
This was like, this was right after I came home from Afghanistan. Came home in 06. So this is like 06, 07. First time I went out to Vegas. Probably 07, around there. And so I was 30. 30-year-old me. 30-year-old me was not Vegas material.
30-year-old you was still reckless.
Yes, very. Very.
Yo, I would have never met you. That would have been a damn shame. See?
You probably would have, because if I went out there, I probably wouldn't have lasted very long. I probably would have got fired. I could not have
10 kids. You would have had a bitch there The only reason why you would have left there is because you had some toxic ass bitch making your life a living hell out there. So you would have to move back over here to get away from that heifer.
I would have had to escape for sure
Yeah.
because I would have been out of control, no doubt. I'd have got myself into some shit, and I'd
You
have had to.
you would have been
I'd
married. You would have went
no,
to
I'd have
Vegas
been. I'd have
and
been the
did one of those
opposite of.
fucking Elvis Presley wedding
No,
chapels
I
and
would. I
shit.
would be. I would be married to a new whoever was visiting every weekend. I would. I would. Yeah. Yeah.
Terrible. And you're like, yeah, yeah. I can't. The fact that
at
you know.
at 30, yeah.
Shit. At 30, I'll
I
still
and I
live my
and I
whole
s-
ass
I knew
off.
I contemplated for like 2 weeks, and I was like, I'll kill myself out there. I can't do it.
Plus, you don't have any family and friends out there, did you? I mean, you probably met a couple of people you was cool with, but like family and friends, like that you know for years out there?
Um, yeah, I
Maybe?
mean, after with
Nah,
it,
girls
not
don't count.
wait, why?
Nah, see, that's bullshit. No, flings don't count. I'm talking about a real friendship or like somebody you know for years that just is
If I fly
not
into
just a girl,
Vegas,
could be guys.
if I fly into Vegas today, if I fly into Vegas today, I could make a phone call and get picked up from the airport.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
I call that a friend, no? That's not a friend?
Nah, that's somebody who probably misses you
No, 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 no,
very
no, no, no.
much.
At some as Yeah, at some point probably, but today she's married. We friends. We good. Yeah, I got friends out there.
Okay.
Keep up with her daughter. Her daughter's a hooper in college right now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We good. That's
And
yeah.
husband knows who you are?
Oh, I don't. We don't communicate like that. It's a couple times a year. How you been? How's life? Everything good? And that's it.
If she's picking you up, she's not letting her husband know she's picking you up. And I'm
No, no,
sure he
no.
don't know that
I don't.
yeah.
She's not that type. She's not that type. And I wouldn't even. I'm not on it like that either. But she just good people. That's all.
Let me
But
say
there's
something.
others, like, we met, a lot of people because as much as we would go out there, we would get off the strip, we go into town and, go get into some mischief or whatever, so, you know, they got no liquor stores on the strip, so you gotta go into Las Vegas to get your liquor for the
It's weird
hotel
why.
room. Wow,
Because they
because they
have
want you to buy
bars.
it. Yeah, they want
Yeah.
you to buy it at ridiculous
Makes
prices at the
sense.
bars.
Makes sense.
So, anyway, I don't even know how we got here. Um, oh, game. The verses had me reminiscing.
Yeah.
Alright. Jesus Christ, bro. We are so bad with that. Uh,
I mean, we in the the topic of back in the days. We might as well
word.
move on to the next one.
Talk about throwbacks. Man,
Listen, I was talking to my homegirl. I think on Sunday we were just having this conversation, and we were actually telling her daughter about like how our generation is like the shit because we're the only generation that has the best of both worlds. Like, you know, we experienced before computers, learn how to type on physical typewriters where you enter paper. Now we in technology. So we know what that is, and just like we know what this is. And we're,
learn how
you
to
know,
write script.
all that shit. Like, and it just made me think
We can
about
read a
like
clock.
that fact. Yo, even just like writing cursive, why don't they teach that? Like, a signature was so important, like, growing up, like, I don't understand. But,
Not for nothing. Some of the shit was silly. Like, honestly, why do we need to write script? Like, what's the
to
point?
your signature. Why would you print your signature?
I don't know that my signature would be considered script. It's not print, but it's scribble.
Right, listen, my handwriting fucking sucks. I'm probably one of the only women that you'll probably meet in your life that has a terrible handwriting. Every girl I know writes beautiful. Like,
I
I
will
write
say my script is much better than my print for sure.
nah,
I can write nice in
both.
script. My
My
print is
print and
atrocious.
I have chicken scratch. My shit is sometimes embarrassing. Like, when I have to write shit down, people like, "Agnes, is this your handwriting for real?" Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is, and I own that shit. Leave me alone. Um, but I was thinking about, how my childhood was and what I looked forward to, like, after school or, like, coming home, like, even after, like, my little part-time job. And because we didn't have so much technology, we had our own little routines. You know what I'm saying? So, like, when you got home and after you did your homework, didn't you look forward to a show that was coming up? Do you remember?
I'm a little different. I'm a little different.
Because you was outside.
I was outside.
You didn't watch you didn't
I
have
was
a
outside.
sitcom that you watched that you really liked that you, like, stuck onto watching? Even in the 90s?
Uh, the only thing I in the 90s that I was concerned with watching after school was Rap City.
Martin?
Yeah, 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 yeah. I
Fresh
watched
Prince
my
of
I
Bel-Air?
feel
Like, what are you talking about? How you we
but this
these
is oh, I mean, our we got a little age gap, so we hitting these things at different times in our
Bro,
life.
you're only, like, 2 years older than me.
No, I'm not. I'm at least 4 years older than you.
Okay. You're
That's a big
49. I'm 45.
that's 4 years.
Okay, that's not a big difference. You still was around when fucking
Alright, so
okay,
just
what was
so just
before
just just think about this,
okay.
to give you an idea of why it is a big difference. I'm coming into my senior year of high school while you're in the 8th grade.
No, I'm coming into my
Right,
freshman year.
right. So that's you're still a middle schooler, right? You understand what I'm
Still in middle
saying?
school was given the same shows while you were in high school. So what shows
But
did
no,
I
what I'm
not
saying,
see?
we were at I'm I'm 17 going on 18. I'm really outside at this point. You are home more is what I'm saying.
Okay, okay.
So we were at
I'm just
different
saying,
points
so
in our lives.
you didn't have a show that you really like to watch. Maybe you didn't look forward to watching it every day because you was outside, but when you were not outside, there was not one that you looked forward to watching?
I was if I wasn't outside, I was trying to be outside. Like if I wasn't outside, it was only because I had homework to do or I had chores to get
Well,
done.
I guess that defeats the purpose of this whole conversation because
I
I
mean,
really wanted
even
to know what shows like,
well,
even talk
I
shows.
I played basketball my whole life, so I was
Oh,
on the
you didn't
basketball court.
watch you didn't watch, Geraldo or fucking Ricky Lake?
Not r
Like,
I'm
Jenny
familiar with them.
Craig?
Yeah, yeah, I'm familiar with them, but
You didn't
I
watch
didn't
it?
it wasn't a daily thing for me, nah. I wasn't a normal kid either, like, I really didn't even fuck with cartoons too tough. Like, I liked the Jetsons, um, He-Man a little bit, Flintstones
Okay,
I fucked with
He-Man.
heavy, um,
Thundercats?
Thundercats,
Okay, period.
little bit. That's probably it.
Regular Looney Tunes?
Nah,
Like,
never, never.
Tom and Jerry?
Nope,
The Roadrunner? Like, you
nope.
okay, hold on. Hold on. Transformers?
Yeah, Transformers and Voltron I watched, but I think Voltron came first.
Did you watch any girl ones like Gem? What was that one? I forget. That was like fucking
My
the singer
stepsister watched
bitch,
that shit. Like I was familiar with it, Gem and My Little Pony, and but no, I
Care
didn't watch.
Bears. Oh my god.
Trust me,
You kidding? Like, I
yo.
miss those days. I look
If I
forward to every Saturday waking up, brushing my teeth, and going pouring myself a big ass bowl of cereal and turning on the cartoons at 8 o'clock in the morning, bro, watching that shit for like 3 hours straight.
99 times out of 100, if I got in trouble or was punished, it's because I did not come home. I came home late.
Why was you so bad?
I was outside.
No, you
I
was
was
bad as hell. That's being bad as hell. What
not
what you
just
mean you wasn't coming home? How
not that
old were
I
you
didn't
not coming
not that I
home?
didn't come home. I didn't come home on time. I was late because I was trying to be outside. I wasn't trying
Because
to
you
be
was being
home.
bad. 'Cause you was being bad as hell.
Nah,
So,
I
babe,
wasn't.
you know you're supposed to be home at 9 o'clock and it's 9:30, you know where to be found, and there's just no cell phone, we can't call you, like, you tripping.
Yeah, and I was bad. I would lose track of time. Like I was super bad with it. Yo, one time, as we were just talking about this, yo, I had the whole neighborhood and the police department looking for me,
Where were you?
like 6 houses up the street. Like I was right up the street
Doing what?
playing video
Playing
games. So they
Nintendo 64, no, Super Nintendo. No! What was the regular Nintendo?
no, it was Atari back at this point.
Oh, Atari, I
Nintendo
had
wasn't even out
Atari.
yet. So there was these kids on my block that could never go outside and nobody really fucked with them, like even at school because they would go to school and come home.
Sorry.
Both of their parents would always be working and a lot of times they were home alone. So their parents got them every game, every video game. Like they had everything they could had need to entertain themselves. They just were never allowed to go outside. So
So everybody wanted to go to their house because they had all, like,
no,
the
nobody
dopest
fuck
shit.
with them at all. Nobody fuck with them at all.
Why?
Because everybody wanted to be outside. Ain't nobody we weren't inside.
This
But
was
every
here in
once
Florida?
no, this is in New York.
Okay.
So every once in a while, like I would feel bad. I would go fuck with them. I'll go play video games with them. So this one particular day, we in the basement playing video games. And you know, in the basement, like you can't you got the little small window and that's it. So totally lost track of time. Didn't realize it's dark. We in there fucking going crazy on the fucking games.
It's true, so when you play and time goes by, you don't even realize it's crazy.
Yo, I looked up and I saw black out that window and my heart dropped. I come out the house and I ran into my mother
Oh, shit.
and there's fucking cop lights. Everybody, when I tell you the whole
Wait, how
block,
late were you?
a few hours on a school night too.
So you
Yeah.
bro, you
So
gave your mom a whole ass heart attack.
yeah. And I got the ultimate ass whooping. My mom, my mom carried me from this house down the block to our house in the air, whipping my ass the whole way down the block. The cops is out there. Every neighbor is out in the street. They all was looking for me. They were knocking door to door. They had been knocking on the door and we didn't hear them because we was down in the basement. You're on mute, I think. So
Oh my
yeah.
god.
So I come once I realize it's dark outside. I don't even look at the clock.
How
I just
old were
go
you? Do you remember how old you were?
maybe 8 or 9, somewhere around there.
Because I'm thinking your mom grabbing you and lifting you, so you had to be small.
No,
Oh
my mom
my
was
god.
was losing it.
Poor
Yeah, she
thing.
was, she had that Hulk strength, but
But she was probably relieved that she found you too, but then,
she
the
didn't see it.
relief code goes into anger.
Yeah, it didn't
That's what
seem
it
like
does.
relief at the moment.
Well, trust me, like, you scared at the moment, and then you just get angry afterwards because you
Yo,
know how scared you got.
I'm looking at the cops. The cops is looking at me. I'm getting my ass beat. They not helping. I'm like, well, what y'all here for? Like, when I tell you, like, as we going, it was like an eternity. As we going down the street, like every person was out on their porch or in their yard on the street.
'Cause that's how
Every
bad
person.
of a because of all the lights, everybody came out to see what was happening.
Well, my mom was going door to door. Now, have you seen my son? Have you seen what she was knocking on everybody's door?
Oh, poor thing. You
And
scared the
so,
shit out of your mom, like,
and then, so like I had 2 friends that lived on the block, and I had another friend that lived, around the corner a little bit. But once she had checked with all of them, and I wasn't there, she started bugging out. Started knocking
So
on
you
all of
were
the
not
doors.
even aware that this was happening outside. You just so
Had no
happened to
clue.
look outside, saw that it was dark, realized that you late, and when you went outside is when you realized everything that was happening.
Yep.
And that was all because of you,
Yep.
because you was being bad.
I just lost track of time again. Wasn't trying to be inside. Wasn't trying to be home. But I'm telling you, all the way through my entire childhood, 90% of the time I was punished was because I missed curfew.
This is probably why you like being inside so much now. Like
I've done it all. Like I'm telling you, I'm gassed out. Like yeah, there's.
like, you just
I
like being
tell
home
people like
now.
I've lived multiple lives. Like the shit I've done in my life is seen and been through. Like it's enough for like multiple people's lives. Like you know how they say cats have 9 lives. Like cats look at me and jealous. Like damn, how many lives you live?
Damn. Yeah, that's gonna have to have like we're gonna have to have some of these conversations. I don't know all this about you. I really pictured you like I know in your teenage years I have an idea of how you were, but even little like that, like I really wanted to know what you liked watching, but you didn't watch shit because you was outside. Like that's
Yeah,
crazy. Wow.
I w- I was always in the streets, man. I was either playing basketball at the park. I was BMX freestyle. I was
Okay. Since you didn't really watch shit on a regular basis, is there a movie that stands out to you in your childhood?
yes,
What is that?
Top Gun.
You said this before. You really like this movie.
It's my favorite movie.
How old were you when it came out?
Same age, probably around 8 or so. I don't know what year the Top Gun come out. In the 80s for sure.
And this is before you wanted to go into the military.
I never wanted to go into the military. I never had an idea of going into the military until I was about to join the military. My mom used to talk about it because my grandfather was in the military and he used to try and push my mom to go. And my mom almost went and backed out at the last minute. And my mom used to always talk about it. And I was like, yo, the only way I'm ever going into the military is if I'm like hungry and homeless. Like that's it. Then I'll join the military. So that was always my stance until I had a son on the way and I needed to get my shit together.
Oh shit.
That's it. Yep.
So what about that movie? Cause I mean Top Gun is a good movie, but damn, for it to be like your favorite,
That's a good question. I've always had a fascination with flying. So maybe that. And and he was a rebel to the grain. Like he didn't go, he did it his way. He did his own shit and he
okay.
would get in trouble a lot for it, but he was his own person. He was his own man and he did his shit his way. And that's just that appealed to me.
Okay. Kind of makes sense considering how you are now.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess that's fair.
I can recite every character's words in that movie.
That's
Every
crazy.
person.
That's
Us.
crazy.
Yeah. That and Goodfellas. But
Okay. Goodfellas is a classic. Like I don't have I mean I do have my favorite movies. I think we talked about this. There's three. There's three with a possible four because I really like this movie, but I feel like nobody ever knows about it. So but my very first one is Grease. We know that. Then is Dirty Dancing. Then is The Last Dragon. This is like childhood for me. And Drop Dead Fred. You don't know that movie, right?
I remember. I remember. I don't think I saw it, but I remember.
Yeah.
Yo, those are some whack ass movies.
Why you a hater? Listen,
Yo, mom,
Goodfellas and Top Gun, everything. Not
us,
everything got to be gangster. Like,
clad, why not? But why not?
I mean, Last Dragon is
Goodfellas,
gangster.
Goodfellas came later on, but it was kind of similar to what I saw growing up.
I was a hopeless romantic my whole life, so I loved all that shit. So and for Greece, I just like that that era. Like, I don't know why I'm so drawn to that era. I like that type of music. I like their clothes. I like the cars. I liked everything about that era. So except, like politics and shit like that. Just the appeal to it. Um so Grease and Dirty Dancing kind of like mimic that. Um and hence why I like Footloose and shit like that. Those type of movies. But
I remember Dirty Dancing. That was one of my mom's favorite movies. She watched that shit all the time.
yeah.
Nobody puts baby in the corner.
That part, hey. At least you know that.
Trust me, I've seen it many times
I love that
without
movie.
choice.
I was in love with fucking Patrick Swayze, and I was in love with, John Travolta. Yep.
Yeah, that was Patrick Swayze era, because right after that, he came with Ghosts.
Yeah,
Like,
that was a good movie.
that was
I
the
know I
era.
gotta
Well, shifting gears just a little bit, I'm sure you've heard the latest with the, Nolan Ryan case. The phone call was released of them calling in the dispatch to get help because their boat was sinking, taking on water, and, you heard about that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I heard about that. I heard about them calling, the Coast Guards and and in from what I can see or hear, that was, the kid's name mentioned as if he was in the boat. I couldn't really hear the audio too well because it sounded like a lot going on in the background at the same time that they were speaking with like dispatch or whatever, but I feel like you can hear at one point where they were like, "Where's Nolan? Is that Nolan?" or something like that. Like,
Yeah.
I don't
So
know.
someone went and broke up the audio. They pretty much removed the dispatch conversation and just kept what was happening in the background. Let's check this out.
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership. Shut up! Shut the fuck up!
Last thing was No No's really dead. I
It's
guess
either
No
No
No is
No
what
is
they
really
call.
dead or Nolan is really dead. Yeah. Oh man, they
Maybe
call
that's
him
a
No.
nickname. Yeah, maybe they call him No No.
What do you think happened?
All day he was beefing with this kid, and they got into it. The kid was apparently he was also a football player, about 6 foot, about 200 plus pounds. So he's a good sized kid. And
You know what I think happened? I think that you know when in toxic relationships when there's a couple in a vehicle and they're arguing and the person driving decides to start driving reckless almost to terrorize the passenger. I don't know why. That's what I feel like happened. I feel like this kid um was driving the boat reckless, hit something, did something where I think that Nolan died in the boat. Like I think he hit something or flew off of something and hit something that killed him at that moment and at the same time was causing this boat to sink. Um
the boat
this is
was
what this is my speculation. This is what I think happened. And I think that they panicked and threw him off the boat. Um and just acted like he went missing. And I think they all agreed and committed a crime in doing so. I don't think that they I don't know. What do you think?
I think part of that I don't know the boat taking on the water part's not that unusual. boats take water in all the time, getting splashed, if it's choppy water. There's a pump built into the boat that normally pumps that water out.
Releases.
Right. The problem they were having was that pump wasn't working. So the water
And they
was
were
just staying in
sinking.
the boat. And every time more water would come in, it was just staying in the
So it
boat instead of
wasn't
getting pumped out.
some hit to the boat that caused the boat to sink from what was speculated
Right.
or
Yeah, I
was
don't know.
being
It wasn't
speculated.
it wasn't sinking because of damage to the boat. It was just because is the more water was coming in than what could be pumped out. The pump wasn't working. He says on the call the bilge pump is not working, so the water is just staying in the boat.
So what do you think? A fight happened in the background and
I
they hit
think,
him?
yeah, I think they were fighting, and he probably hit his head on something. They in the autopsy that the family recently had an autopsy done, and the cause of death was undetermined, but there was a red mark, a strange red mark on the back of the head or the back of the neck or somewhere around the area, that they could not figure out what it was from. So that's probably what caused the death, I think. I definitely think
So
it
so them saying that his body was unrecognizable because there was so much like blunt force trauma to his face, that's all bullshit? Or that is true?
I don't know. I mean, I heard that, but I don't have a reason to not believe it.
Because if they were only able to find one mark on the back of his head neck area, and they couldn't determine, then that wouldn't
No,
fit the
not that that was
description
the
of.
only mark, but they couldn't it was a strange mark. It was I don't know if it was the shape of the red mark, but for whatever reason, it was, like, labeled that way.
So everybody in that boat knows what the fuck happened, and they're all in on trying to like come up, or they try to come up with a story and trying to stick to it, but
Seems
it's
that
falling
way.
apart in their face.
Even on that call, the dispatch says, do you need me to send the Coast Guard?" And the kid, you could hear it in his voice, "No, don't send the Coast Guard," because the Coast Guard would see what's going on. So I think at whatever point the help arrived, obviously a dead body couldn't be on this boat when the help came to save the boat.
And there was no blood in the boat, no evidence of blood or blood splatter.
I don't know. Maybe, whoever, whether it was
This is crazy.
a
This is
towboat
crazy.
or whoever came to fix the boat probably wouldn't necessarily be looking for something like that. But previously, it was said that someone saw them cleaning the boat in front of the judge's house.
I did
So
hear that.
why would they?
Are they cleaning the boat?
Yeah. I mean, you're supposed to clean a boat after you take it out of the water, especially if it's salt water. But if they were intending to get back in the water, why would you do that?
And you know what was crazy? That if it wasn't for the media getting involved, this case would have been fucking done with a long time ago. Nobody would have investigated a damn thing.
Yeah, because the local authorities certainly were not interested in,
No, they
in
were not
finding any
interested at
facts.
all. They just was like they was brushing that shit off like it was nothing crazy. And look at bro,
So
this is one of those. You know how? Do you remember the one story of the girl that they found her in the freezer and nobody know how she got there, and then media got super involved and they were trying to like piece together what happened to this girl.
you always got
That's
one of
this
these
is what it's
stories.
giving. Bro, it went viral. How you don't know about that story?
I don't
Everybody
know.
knows about that story. It became such uh like such a topic on social media that it went to the news. And so they did an investigation because of how the media reacted to this story. This girl goes to a house party. How the fuck you don't know this story? This story was bananas. Like it was everywhere.
I
This
never
young
know
girl goes
any of
to
these stories.
a party in a hotel, and she got lit. Something happened, but she got way too lit, like, and she wasn't there long. It was a lot of shit that happened sus, and nobody knew what happened, and somehow this bitch started walking around. She left the party and started walking around the whole hotel, stumbling like she couldn't, and through all the cameras, because it's a hotel, so there's cameras everywhere. You can, like, people was just like piecing together like shadows and reflections to figure out who was following her. And somehow she got into the kitchen on the first floor and walked inside the freezer, and they found her dead in there. But they're saying that there was people following her, and they did something to her, and they put her in there. So they did a whole investigation. This is what it's kind of giving. It's always every couple of years there's some story like this that hits the internet OD,
It's
so that media
definitely
gets involved.
getting closer to some shit coming out. And you know what's gonna happen is once they start cornering these kids, they're gonna start diming each other out.
But no, it seems like these kids come from powerful families that have a lot of money, and they've already probably hired people to come in discreet and talk to them and tell them what to say and what not to say, you know?
But there's evidence, so and this shit is so public. It's almost like, are you gonna put your career on the line for these kids? Like, it's gonna come to that, so
I feel like there's other kids that want to speak up, that know the truth and want to speak up, but they might have been threatened.
I think
Like,
it's happening already. I think that's how we got the pictures from the pool party. You know, I think there's little bits and pieces are coming out, and I'm sure more is to come out than what we've seen. So, I think it's just a matter of time. It's
yeah,
gonna
it's
take some
definitely
time,
a,
but
a case that's is I
but
don't
this
know.
phone call alone is very damning.
Yeah, because they clearly saying his name, and they're
Right,
clearly saying, "Is he dead?" Like their question is, "He dead? He's dead." Who are you talking about? Like,
right.
clearly,
But
how he
you
was
can't
never on this boat. Why you lying? What the fuck happened? Like, and why y'all all sticking up for these fucking motherfuckers? Like, somebody say something. I don't understand. Bro, I could never be. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't say that because
it's a
you
tough
never know. But
situation to
I
be
can
in.
never. I feel like I can never be in a position where I don't know. I don't know. I can't say that because I don't know. But I honestly, the way that I feel right now with my experience and my knowledge, I don't think anybody can influence me to say something or not say something out of fear of them or what they're gonna do to me. Like, I don't know
Well,
about that. Like,
you gotta think that everyone involved, they're all close friends. So, they
they
were
were all
close.
close friends to him.
Right, but
They grew up together.
they were also close friends with whoever killed him.
So who they liked more? Clearly not the
It's
black
not
kid.
about who they like more, I don't think. I think is
Yeah, it is.
how
Yeah, it
you gonna
is. Yeah, it is. Why are you defending somebody? If you liked Nolan way more than you like this guy, you're not defending this guy. You're not gonna protect this guy. Your friend just died or got murdered or whatever happened to him.
think maybe you're just trying to stay out of it. You don't wanna dime your friend out.
Man, fuck that.
I mean, that shit happens every day where we from.
Yeah. Look at home chick from the chick that drove the car into the school. You saw her friend. Her friend was riding hard, and she was friends with both Dominic and the other kid and the
No,
football
but
player.
she was her friend more than his friend. That
No,
was
she
not
met her afterwards. Remember, she started following her on social media, and that's how she started liking her.
right,
The
but
girl was the famous one.
they were friends, not her and the boyfriend.
She was friends with Dominic first.
Who, the social media chick?
The one that had the one that was riding hard for home chick.
I know who you're
She
talking
was
about.
friends with the boyfriend first.
Mm, it didn't seem like that.
Mhm.
Anyway,
It
there's
didn't seem like it, right?
much more to come, I'm sure, in this. So as we get something worth discussing, we will be discussing. um Shit Show Part 2.
For the love of God. Like, I just, everything cringes in my body. Like, I don't even know what else can happen. Like, I'm just like, what the fuck is it now? I can't. Oh my God.
But wait, there's more.
What happened? Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
it's listen, man, it's a shit show. Just buckle in and just go for the ride. That's all you can do. That's all you can do. Just strap in and ride this shit out, man. That's it. Aside from voting in November, that's all you can do.
In the meantime, we just might as well be entertained. Like, what does fool do now?
So speaking of entertaining, so as you know, there was earlier in the year we had the White House Correspondents Dinner that got interrupted by assassination attempt. And so this was the redo. And historically, in these White House Correspondents Dinners, you know, the president gets up there, tells some jokes about people in the crowd and, you know, shit like that. And, you know, it's supposed to be a good time. Though some awards are given out and shit like that. So your boy Doze and Donnie tried his hand at some comedy. And well, just here it goes.
Aside, I do think we need term limits in Congress. I think term limits are very important because I see what's happening. I see what's happening. The other day, a senator I knew got a text, a great guy, from his wife. And she said, when you get home, I want to have you immediately come up the stairs and make love to me. And he said, I can't do both. You know what? You know, in other words, can't go up the stairs and make love. Does anybody get that? Well, I thought that was actually pretty good. That was actually the only thing I thought was good in this whole frickin' stupid speech that they wrote. That was the only good one, and that went down with not exactly great laughter. I think, you know, in other words, you can't go up the stairs and make love, too, you know.
My God,
So
why
we're
are you
looking
still
for term
going?
limits. Does anybody understand this stuff?
Because they're not laughing at him. So instead of him acknowledging that he's just not funny, he's explaining it to them so that they can now laugh.
And the fact that they laughed a little bit, yeah. Oh,
like he's telling you when
bad.
you're supposed to be laughing at him. Like he's giving you the cue to laugh at him.
Yeah, he laughed. Yo, he did. He did do that.
That's exactly what he's doing. Yo, the guy is fucking nuts.
Oh my
bro.
God. Oh. And then, so somebody wrote this for him because that's what he said.
Yeah,
he
they have writers. Yeah, they have writers.
Why would anybody write him a fucking joke that has to do with anything sexual? Like,
well, the joke
out of all
in
the things.
No, the joke in itself is funny. So he starts off with saying we need term limits, meaning these people, the people in Congress can only, because these motherfuckers be in there for 30, 40, 50 years. They're old as fuck. So we have been saying we should have term limits to limit how long that they can serve. So we don't have, you know, people like Mitch McConnell, fucking 90 years old, dead somewhere or in a hospital in a coma.
Yeah.
And he's supposed to be working. So that was the setup, was the term limits. So it's saying, you know, we got these old fucks, and then he's got a senator that gets a call. His wife says, come upstairs and let's have sex. And he says, I can't do both. That's funny. His delivery was ass. So it just fell flat.
I don't even think that shit was funny. That shit was so cringe to me.
It was cringe
God,
coming
so
from him. That probably was not a joke they should have written for him, being that, you know, he's been accused of rape and the Epstein and all of that shit. So it was definitely cringe coming from him, but I think the joke was funny, a funny joke. It just was not delivered very well.
How did he do when he delivered?
Laugh, you bitches. Like, I'm surprised they didn't have the sign, you know, at the TV shows, laugh.
He's probably going to request that for the next time he has to do a speech.
Yo, I'm
so
surprised
the crowd knows when to laugh.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't like edit in laughter. Like he didn't have them like make it sound like it was like it hit.
Oh my God, it was so bad. You had a couple of stupid ass people in there trying to laugh, so he didn't look
So,
that bad. Ay, Dios
well,
mío.
so as I mentioned in this show, they give out awards to journalists. And so the journalists of the Wall Street Journal, about I think it was 5 or 6 of them, something like that, got this award for breaking the Epstein case and forcing the Epstein files to be released, which accused Trump of being a fucking
And they're
pedophile.
at this party? They're at this dinner, I mean?
Trump is sitting up there and they come up to get their award. Yeah, the room is full of reporters. There's some like government people in there, senators and Congress,
It's just
whatever.
wild to me that these people were in this dinner where the president is, who helped like
Who's basically been attacking him his entire time he's been a president. So that's why there's irony in this award here. So and the presentation, and then he's so fucking like a doof. These people are getting an award for exposing him in some shitty or exposing something that he was involved with, and then he goes up there to shake their hands.
like he's oblivious.
Katharine Graham Award for Courage and Accountability, named for the legendary Washington Post publisher, and it comes with a prize of $10,000. This year's award goes to the Wall Street Journal. The Journal's courageous reporting on President Trump's past relationship with financier Jeffrey Epstein triggered the release of the so-called Epstein files, thousands of documents that might otherwise have remained hidden from the public. And despite the president's threat of a lawsuit, the Journal published a story about a provocative letter to Epstein bearing President Trump's signature. Trump quickly filed a $20 billion lawsuit against the Journal, revealing reporter Khadija Safdar's home address. Her family had to be relocated. The Journal was kicked off of Air Force One, but the reporters continue to file revelatory stories. Please welcome the winners of the Katharine Graham Award from the Wall Street Journal. Khadija Safdar, Sadie Gurman, Annie Linsky, Josh Dawsey again, Alex Leary, Rebecca Ballhaus, and Ryan Barber. Their colleague, Joe Palazzolo, could not attend tonight.
He's sitting there clapping for them. He's such a fucking...
That's so weird that they had this whole conversation about Trump in his face, like he wasn't sitting there. Fuck is happening?
This is very weird.
This is so fucking weird.
So big up the Wolf Blitzer, who's the one who presented that award. Like, imagine to sit there and read that shit, and the president is fucking 6 feet away from you on your right, and you're reading this shit about him.
Watching it, like,
man.
And he's just sitting there like, I mean, what can I say? Like, oh my God, this is, we're in a movie. We're like in a fucking movie.
This shit's unreal, but it's real. We say this every week. It's mind blowing.
How did they get invited to, bro?
So the dinner is about the reporters. It's about them. It's to acknowledge them and what they do.
And this is all happening in the White House.
No, it's usually like at a hotel or ballroom somewhere. Usually out of the White House. But in DC, wherever, somewhere around there. And so, yeah, this is here's why it's weird is because of all of the issues he has with journalism and all of the accusations against him. Normally, presidents are in there chopping it up with them, having jokes, and it's never this awkward because there's never this level of fucking corruption going on.
That was just uncomfortable for me. Like, just for me to watch was super uncomfortable. Like, I can just imagine the energy in that room. Oh my god. I'm telling you,
Imagine
this is some
that.
shit that you
That's
would
what I'm
see on
saying.
TV.
So
I
imagine
mean,
being Wolf Blitzer, being the guy reading this and presenting the award.
does
Like
he not fuck with Trump? Like,
nah, he works for CNN. Nah,
I was gonna say he said that shit with his chest. Like,
where?
he didn't give a fuck that Trump was there.
Yeah, he said that shit. I was
Yeah,
like,
he
yo,
did.
you go,
he
you
did.
go, Wolf. You go, Wolf. That shit was crazy. I was like, yo, the man is right
what
there.
the hell?
So you would think that would be it, right? The night can't get any more unusual.
But wait, there's more, huh? Jesus
It's
Christ.
always more. It's always more.
Dios mío.
So your boy comes out and says, I am going to save the news. I'm going to save media. And the way I'm going to do it is by giving everybody something to talk about right now.
Tonight to show just how much I care about the press. And I want to save your ratings. I'm pleased to announce my intention to, and this is somewhat of a scoop, my intention to run for a 4th term as President of the United States. I will be doing that. I will be having an official, in fact, I think I have, I won 3 times. Now I'm going to do it again. Thank you. I'm going to do it. Should be easy. I'm getting very good at running for president. No, I won 3 times, did very well the 2nd time, by the way. It's a rigged election, but we don't have to talk about it. When I'm gone, you're all going to be broke. Your business model is going to be finished. No, it's true. When I'm not around, you're going to be broke. There's not going to be anybody to report on. Nobody gives a damn about anybody.
I don't even know what to say.
I'm at a loss of words. And he said it like when he said, I'm gonna run, he thought that the everyone in there was gonna be like, what? And everyone was just like, just a shock.
Because it's how much of a
Y'all
goof
gonna
he
be
is.
broke. Bitch, we broke right now because your ass. Like, what the fuck is you talking about? You're not doing us any favors. Like,
nah, he was talking about the media is going to be broke because they'll have nothing to talk about when he's gone.
Bro,
Yo,
he's so full of himself.
I'll be so happy to get back to normal, bro. I used to hate normal, but I'll be so happy to get back to normal.
At least a sense of normalcy, because this is out of control. This is OC.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. And I think he would do it. I 100% think he would do it. If Trump finds a way to make it legal for him to run again, he also opens the door for Obama running again. So I'm with the shits. Hope he figures it out. Obama's been getting more and more and more involved in what's going on. He recently just took a direct shot at the vice president. Like, normally he hints, he'll give soft jabs and he finds the polite way to say, like, he just came straight out and said, like, yo, these motherfuckers are bugging out. He's becoming a lot more direct in his statements. And I think with Michelle, maybe not. Michelle wants no parts of that fucking White House again. But I think Obama would do it. I think he would do it.
And he would win. Easy.
Easy. People would be tripping over themselves to fucking vote for Obama again. I'm telling you. After this shit show, like, just someone who's fuck politics, fuck policies, just an intelligent, normal person, emotionally intelligent, you know, someone
And
who
a
can,
likable guy.
right,
Like,
like just, oh, yeah. So go ahead, Trump, fuck around and find out.
Dios mío. I'll do it again. This is getting easy. I'm getting good at this. Well, if you don't shut the fuck up and sit down somewhere,
Well, I'll tell you what,
he can, because he'll probably fall asleep or shit on himself if he does.
right,
Like,
or both. I think it's evident that they are panicking. So they failed to push their whole Birthright movement that backfired in their face. And it got them shook to the core. So they couldn't find a way to get the Mexicans and Central and South Americans out here. So now they trying to go after Puerto Ricans. This is real. There is currently legislation in the House to end birthright citizenship for the U.S. territories. So that's including Puerto Rico, which would be the largest U.S. territory, U.S. Virgin Islands, Guam, and the Northern Mariana Islands. These are all U.S. territories. So if this thing passes, I don't. It's probably won't, but if it does, for me, it's not so much of the passing. It just displays what their thoughts are, what their intentions are, right? So if this passes come January 2027, any child born in Puerto Rico or U.S. Virgin Islands or Guam or the Northern Mariana Islands, not automatically be a U.S. citizen unless one of their parents, at least one of their parents, is a U.S. citizen or a permanent resident. So they're just trying to chop down at having minorities vote in this country. So just keep that in mind when you think about who you voted for last time is now trying to remove your ability to vote. Remember that the next time you go to vote.
yeah.
The scary part about it is these U.S. territories don't even have representation in Congress. So Puerto Rico doesn't have congressmen or senators, nor does Guam, nor does the U.S. Virgin Islands. They have no representation in Congress. They don't even have anyone fighting for them.
So this can easily get passed.
It still has to be voted. Still, the whole House of Representatives has to vote on it. Democrats are very likely going to vote against it, and it has to pass the Senate. So it has to get the majority in both. So it's a possibility because they have the majority in both. But we'll see.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna manifest that doesn't happen. We're gonna speak that into existence where that shit is not gonna get passed. Miss me with the bullshit. Anyway.
Well, you know how we can stop it from happening is come these midterm elections, you vote in the people who won't allow that to happen. So y'all can wave your proud Puerto Rican flags all you want. They coming for you.
I wonder if they're aware. I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna ask my Puerto Rican friends.
They are coming for you.
That's crazy.
And that's a fact.
That's wild. Damn. Fuckery continues.
The fuckery continues, and it goes on and on. So as if all of this nonsense wasn't enough, we got Pete Hegseth, who Secretary of Defense, now has a priority on his plate to be testing all men in the military over 30, testing their testosterone levels and giving them hormone treatment if needed.
So is he testing them because he wants to see how manly they are, or if they're not manly enough so they can get manly? Like, what's the reason? What's the reason of this fuck shit?
He hasn't given a reason, but that's what it seems like. You know,
there has
like,
to be a reason. There's no. You
he's
don't just wake up one day and say, you know what? I'm just gonna start testing motherfuckers testosterone and give them hormone pills.
What do you mean it has to be a reason? We've seen over and over and over and over
again.
There's
gotta be a reason why this is.
There should be.
There is, and maybe he doesn't want to expose it because it probably sounds fucking absurd. There's gotta be one reason why he said,
there's a reason,
I want to test these people and give them
that
hormones.
Doesn't mean it's a legitimate reason. Yeah, just
what do you think the reason is?
Because that's like some, beating on your chest, like, oh,
he wants manly men. And if they're not manly enough, so he wants to give them hormones so that they can meet a certain level of testosterone.
He's the Secretary of Defense, and there's a Department of Defense. They want to change the name from the Department of Defense to the Department of War. So that just gives you an idea of what the mindset is and what their motivation is. So it's
love that. It's just more shit. It's just, it doesn't end. Ay, Dios mío.
It bothers me because they should, instead of worrying about, what the fuck is going on in my nutsack, why don't they normalize mental health treatment for all of the soldiers? Why don't they normalize that?
That part.
Why don't they normalize lifelong health care for anybody who's served in combat in the military, not just active duty? Why don't they make sure when they deploy the National Guard and the reserve units into combat zones that they have all up armor vehicles? Why don't they do that? Why don't they make sure they're equipped well enough before you start to worry about what the fuck is going on in my nutsack? Like, there's a lot.
And then required. They're going to make them, it's going to be a requirement to take these hormone pills depending on their fucking testosterone level. Bro. What's next? What's next?
I don't know. But what's next is, I'm going to keep saying it, midterm elections, getting your ass and everybody you know who's registered to vote. And if you know someone who ain't registered to vote, take their ass to get registered to vote. There's no adult over the age of 18 that should not be registered to vote. Take everyone you know and your family and go fucking vote. That's what's next. That's what's next. Yeah. We got primaries coming up here in August, and then the elections in November.
Excuse me. Well,
so
let's do that. Let's do that. Fuck around and win, and then get accused for being rigged.
We have Super Bowl parties. We have game nights. We need to have voting parties, and everybody get together and go just.
Well, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah,
that's not a bad idea.
And especially here, for those of us in Hillsborough County and Tampa, we get like 2 weeks of early voting where you can go to any precinct on the weekend. Like, there's no reason. There's no reason. The voting, the polls are open.
That's not a bad idea. If you make it like a something like that where it's like fun and a get together and it's for a good cause, you know what I'm saying? Like, it'll probably, bro, that's not a bad idea. You might be onto something here.
I'm saying it's got to that point. But before we get there, everyone's got to be registered. We got to have people registered to vote.
Everybody in my household is registered except for my son. It's because he's not old enough.
He's not old enough, yeah. But there's no excuse at this point to not vote. Like, even if you're not someone who's that politically involved, if you just care about the people in your community, like, vote. And vote local, because the local votes it impacts your day-to-day life more than just voting for president. You got to vote the whole ticket. But
Say it louder for the people in the back.
That's what's next. Primaries. Anyway, so I came across this conversation online, and I heard this term. It was new to me. I was completely unfamiliar with micro cheating. Were you familiar with this term?
I never heard of that term, micro cheating. Nah.
Well, here's what it says. And actually, we got something here. So, micro cheating describes small, subtle actions like secret texting, flirting, or hiding social media interactions. But these behaviors do not involve physical sex. And some examples are here up on your screen, but also secretly messaging an ex or an attractive coworker, lying about a relationship status or calling yourself single online, deleting text threads or hiding your phone screen, liking or commenting on suggestive photos of specific people, keeping a dating app profile active just to browse.
Yeah.
Most of that I agree with. Some of that shit I don't agree with.
There's a lot of it that I agree with, but there's some shit that I'm just like, all right, you pushing it. It's not that serious. Yes.
Liking and comments, I guess depends on what the comment is, but liking a photo should not be considered micro cheating.
No.
I can't justify that in any kind of way.
I don't even care if it's somebody you have a crush on. Like, I don't care. Like, I've always been a big on your eyes are made to look like, and the same way you can appreciate, the same way you can like something, not like something, you can like something. There's things that you'll look at that you have no interest in looking. There's some things that you look at that you appreciate looking at. I don't think that's cheating. Having regular contact with an ex, that's also can be iffy. Because
I think if there's kids involved.
Yes, and there was like a marriage, you know what I'm saying? Like, and there's some sort of co-parenting and maybe, and there's family involved. Okay, but if it's a relationship that you was with somebody for a year or two, you know what I'm saying? And it wasn't something crazy, and now you're in a full-blown relationship, but you still texting this motherfucker for what reason? For what? Like that could be leaving wedding ring at home.
I guess it just matters what regular is considered, like having regular contact.
Regular contact to me is a few times a week. That's regular contact.
Yeah, no, weekly contact, that's probably a bit much.
Even if it's 2 or 3 times a month, that's still regular contact with somebody. You don't need to be. There's no reason
that's
for it.
3 times. That's almost weekly. So yeah, that's still that's still a bit much.
Yeah.
Leaving your wedding ring at home, that's crazy.
I don't think that's cheating. I mean, if you're doing it on purpose maliciously so that you can look like you're single, yeah.
I used to not wear mine to work because of my work and not wanting to ruin it, but I would wear it around my neck. On a necklace. I would either have it on a necklace or I would just leave it at home. And like I would wear it on the weekends or like if we went out at night or something like that. But I didn't wear it to work because I didn't want to damage it.
I don't think so. I mean, miss me with that shit. I'm home. Nice. Shut the fuck up. Private social media account. If you hiding a social media account from your significant other, that's sus. That's definitely sus.
Yeah.
Sexting or sending nudes, you might as well have sex. What the fuck? That's definitely cheating. I don't know. What's micro? What is micro? Micro is little. Like this is a little bit of cheating. Like I don't understand.
Yeah, just I guess it's not having the physical interaction. It's just
lying about your relationship status. You shouldn't be in a relationship if you're lying about your relationship status. If you're fucking sexting, sending nudes, if you're hiding a fucking social media account, what else? What was the other one?
Regular communication with your ex.
Come on. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I've heard it being a form of cheating. I didn't know that it had a term. Like, this is the first time I heard it's an actual term.
I never heard the term, but what I'm trying to wonder is what was the reasoning for the term? Like, because some of that I would think people would just consider cheating.
Cheating.
So it seems like the term micro cheating is kind of lessening the.
Yeah, like it's a little bit of cheating. It's like a fib. Like, out of here. I mean, the only one that I think bothers me the most, that would bother me the most with all of it is the sexting and the constant communication or regular communication with our ex. Yeah, I'm not with none of those two. The other ones, nah.
I don't know. I think if someone's going around saying they're single.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, facts. In a full blown relationship, yeah.
Right. That's wild.
Yeah. Yeah. That's out of control.
And then keeping a
private,
the dating app, keeping your dating profile active.
Yeah. Why the fuck? I know. Listen, I've known people to open up a dating app in a relationship. That's cheating. What the fuck are you looking in a dating app for? Unless you're a girl and you're opening an app to set up your cheating ass boyfriend and you're plotting against, that's different. But if you say here for real, like you trying to keep your options open while you're in a relationship, yeah. You hear my dogs? They agree with me.
Oh, I thought that was crickets.
No, those are the babies.
Hmm.
She heard what I said and she was like, "Yeah, talk that shit."
They was cheering you on. Huh.
I should bring them out so you can see how cute they are. No.
Yes, I was just curious about this and what you thought, because I had never heard the term, and then like the breakdown was, some of it I get, some of it I'm like,
generation is good. It's good for creating terms of shit because there was one that you
I don't think it's necessary though.
The one that you had that we talked about a few podcasts ago too. Some future, what was it called? It was like a future bombing or some shit like that. Like, that's a term. I didn't even know that shit existed. Like, what the fuck is that?
That's necessary though. That describes some shit that we never had a description for. This shit here, we know what this is. And a lot of this is just blatant cheating.
It's almost like trying to define a white lie to a lie. Because the lie is a lie.
Exactly. You just hit it right on the head. They trying to sell this shit as white lies.
Like downplay.
I get it I get it to an extent too.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, some of it I get it, but some, well, that's not light. There's nothing small about it. Like, so my grandma has to look that up. Watch, I swear this generation is good with terms and coming up with shit because
yeah, I think they be.
I never heard of gaslighting. That's a new term.
It's not.
It's new within the last 10 years. I didn't hear about fucking gaslighting growing up.
No,
like, that shit wasn't a term.
It wasn't a popular term, but it's existed.
I never heard of that shit. I never heard of that. That's one, and there's another term that it's around the same as gaslighting that came up too recently. Oh my god, what is it called? I can't think of it right now. It's slipped my mind, but it's a term that this generation uses a lot.
Sometimes I think they be going a bit far with their shit. I don't know. Sometimes shit just is what it is. We don't need extra labels and
that part.
It just is what it is, right?
That part.
Well, E, I think we did it.
We did it.
Think we did.
And I'm not done with
for the
my
22nd time.
drink.
For the 22nd time.
Oh, 22nd, 2-2.
Deuce.
2-2 is a good number. 2-2 is a master number. 2-2 also equals 4, and a double of 4 is 8, and 8 is the number of money. Don't get me started. Let's just, because we'll be here another hour.
Next segment, numerology.
Yeah, I might have to explain that a little bit to y'all.
Another time.
Will do.
Time, another episode. But for now, I bid you adieu.
We out. Deuces, dos. 22.
Oh, and like always, don't let those whack-ass people steal your dope-ass energy.
That part. And the like, share, subscribe.
And tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Peace.